Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. Naquam, watchman for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts and another cold cut, giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashima Mashiach, Amalek Shai. Double honor to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Our hearty shalom to you, mighty men that go out there and labor and do the work of the Most High, presenting your body as a living sacrifice, and doing all things for the elect's sake, pushing this truth and magnifying the ministry. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there on the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. They're praying. They're fasting. They're studying. They're being diligent and abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the Aquath out there, the sincere sisters out there, reverencing their husbands, being submissive, being diligent, and moving in the same spirit as our righteous foremothers. Shalom to everybody tuning in live. WFI Late Nights, Vashan 11, Amaziah Yahawada, Martyr for Yahweh, Natasha Xavier McLeod, Crown Blue Royal, Donnie Stone, Caleb Ban Yahawada, PJ Martin. It's about 1:30 on the East Coast. And shalom to everybody else. I didn't salute, right? No Button, Aharon, Vernon, Brody, Kwame Yashala, and shalom again, everybody I didn't salute. That will tune in, Mosai willing, and that will tune into the live, right? This WFI Late Nights is pushing 1:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and we still up in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Rashad, man. Right? We don't sleep for nobody, man. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 2 and 8. All right, let's go to St. Luke, chapter 2, man. We don't get no rest in this thing, man. All right, we up at night, we studying the prophecies, we going through the breakdowns, we getting stuff in order, right? All hell be breaking loose, but we still in this thing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Rashad. Right? This St. Luke, chapter 2 and 8. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. So you got to be in the same thing, man. You got to be in that same spirit, all right, of keeping watch over your flock by night. You can't say, well, it's nighttime. I will let the sheep be vulnerable and susceptible to the fierce predators that can destroy them at any sudden because I'm tired. And I went, no, man, we have to keep a watch over your flock even at nighttime. And that's spiritual. This is the spiritual nighttime where demons are roaming to and fro, man. Demons are out. Satan is going to and fro, causing spirits sit on the earth, spirits of rage and folly and vanity. And you have to do your due diligence as a shepherd to guide the flock away from those demons and attack those demons in order to protect the flock. You know, but the topic of this live stream, to get right into it, is, I believe I called it, what would it be like as a pilgrim on the earth? Right? What life will be like as a pilgrim on the earth. And those days are coming. The days are coming where, like we obviously, you're not going to be able to kick your feet up and just relax and turn on the TV and, you know, go out on your balcony and chill. And people are going, you got damn people, drug lords. You got drug lords advertising the poison to put in your arm. You can just watch advertisements and go on social media and order a damn flatbread pizza. And those days are coming to an end, man. Jacob's trouble in the fifth seal is coming, and the days when we're going to be a pilgrim on the earth, right? Where is that at? Second Esdras, right? Second, and we have to, again, condition the people. Like we always say, we have to desensitize the people to the prophecies coming to pass, right? So let's go to Second Esdras chapter 16. What will life be like as a pilgrim on the earth? Right? This Second Esdras chapter 16 and verse 40, right? And it's found in the Bible. I didn't make that up. I didn't just pull it out of nowhere, out of a hat. It's found in the Bible that the days are coming where you're going to be a pilgrim. Second Esdras chapter 16, and I'm going to start at 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You see that? The Lord said, make you ready to the battle. That's not a battle of guns and knives and swords. That battle is affliction, right? That battle is anguish, turmoil. That's the battle that we're going to have to fight. That's starvation. You're going to have to fight that. That's a battle. You keeping the faith. You're going to have to fight that. That's a battle. Damn, Esau hunting you down like it's hunting season as a madman. That's the battle. Make you ready to the battle. Basically, prepare yourself for what's to come. Affliction, conflict. Anytime you have a battlefield, you have conflict. You understand? It says, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as the pilgrims upon the earth. And that's heavy, man. And if the Most High didn't give us the Apocrypha, and we'll be caught out there. We'll be caught out there. That's why these devils took this out, because they want to just run up on you, and you're not going to know what to do. Brothers barely understand Matthew 24:15, Luke 21, and these different parables about how it's going to be in Jacob's trouble. So these devils, man, they taking all this stuff out, man. Right? And it's good that, and it's all praises, call all Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, that he allowed us to have this knowledge and this information, right? To be able to know how to maneuver, to be able to know what's coming on the earth. We're the only people who know what's coming to the earth. That's deep when you think about it, man. The people don't know what's going on. When you look at your co-workers, the masses of people, the civilians, they have no idea what's coming to the earth. All of the pain, the anguish, the turmoil, the suffering, and the Most High has given you the opportunity to prepare yourself. Right? Let me read that again in 2nd Ezra, chapter 16-40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So man is going to be a pilgrim. A pilgrim, like we always go into, is a sojourner or somebody that is traveling from one place to another. You really don't have a dwelling place. Not that you're really a vagabond, because we have our actual home is what? Jerusalem. We know that. The land of Israel, we know that. Mount Zion, the city of David. So it's not that we're vagabonds, but a pilgrim really is somebody looking for a sacred homeland. They're on the go to reach a sacred destination or a holy site. Like people take a pilgrimage to Mecca to bow down to a rock, or people take a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Right? Really, a pilgrimage involves a sacred holy site, which is our homeland. Right? And I actually want to get the definition, right, of a pilgrim. Right? Let's pull this up. I don't have the StreamYard open, but I want to get the definition. I want to actually go into the online etymology. Right? Let's go to the etymology, and we're going to get to that. The brother said it's 634 in the UK. All right, so this is a pilgrim. Pilgrimage, the definition, right? You can look this up on your own. We're in the online etymology. The etymology is the origin. It really means the study of truth, right? Or the origin of these words, right? Pilgrimage, the act or journeying through a strange country to a holy place. And we're already pilgrims right now, because this is a strange country. We're not used to the environment and the philosophies and all of the nations and all of the doctrines here in America. But in the evil days, we're going to be traveling through a strange country. You might be somewhere in damn DC by the time Jacob's trouble kick off, and you want to go. You're not going to have MapQuest. You're not going to have GPS. You're not going to be able to know what's going on. Jake, you can't even read a map. Them big maps your parents used to drive when you trapped it. You don't know how to deal with those maps. A lot of brothers are going to be caught out there. You might start Jacob's trouble in DC, and by the time you get beamed up, you might be somewhere in Oklahoma, because you're not going to know where you're going. You might see the road sign, but you know how the signs, it might be covered with damn bushes. It might be covered with branches and vines. Like, you know, you got the you're driving on the highway, and it might say 35 miles to damn Baltimore, right? Or it might say 20 miles to New York. Those signs might be broken down, right? Yeah, you might be on a highway, you might see something like this, and you might have an idea where you at, but you really may not know, right? You might kind of see the highway, but like I said, this may be covered with damn vines and broken down and somebody hanging off, so you're not going to know what's going on, you know? Now you might see something like this. You might be on a highway at Green Bay in Chicago, so you might know you around Illinois or Wisconsin. Now, a lot of people are going to want to stay away from the highways. Them highways are going to be dangerous. You know, them highways are going to be dangerous for a lot of people. Right? Let's go to the book. We're going to stay in the same chapter in Second Esdras. Right? Let's go back to Second Esdras, chapter 16. Right? Them highways are going to be dangerous, man. Let's read verse 41. Second Esdras, chapter 16 and 41. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. So all of your merchandise, all of the your real estate investments, all of your different stocks, your Bitcoin, all of the Forex, all of your digital currency, all of the cars that you invested in. The Lord said all of your purchases, it's as if you're not going to be able to enjoy them when you're a pilgrim on the earth. You're not going to be in your house. You're going to be cast out. Let's get that in Second Esdras 16 and 70. I'm going to get straight to the point. And 71. Right? I'm going to start at 70. You're not going to be at your home all day in Jacob's trouble. Now, the Lord could do what he wanted to do, but we know that the prophecy says we're going to be pilgrims on the earth. It's going to be like during the time of Maccabees. They was hiding in caves. They all ran into the wilderness. Those are the days that we're going to be on. All right, this see the brother Slim D, the brother's still up, man. Right, this that's WFI Europe, the brother out in the WFI Europe or London, England camp, and the brother's still up, man. You know, but let me get this Second Esdras. It's like damn 7 in the morning in England, right? This Second Esdras chapter 16 and 70. It reads, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So there's a reason why we're going to be a pilgrim on the earth. It's not just because we're not going to have nothing to do. You're going to have the greatest insurrection in human history. And we all know that an insurrection is what? An overthrow and an uprising against the government. What government? The nation of Israel. We're the government pursuant to Isaiah 9 and 6. We're the kingdom that's on the earth. We're literally a kingdom on the earth. So they're going to try to overthrow the kingdom on the earth. Let's get that in Daniel 2 and 44. Where the Lord said, in these days, or in those days, shall the Most High set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed. Right? Let's go to Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. Right? This Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. It reads, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So in the days of these kings, in the days of the 10 toes, the European Union, and even their allegiance to the beast, and the days of these rulers, the Most High setting up a kingdom or a government or an authority on the earth in these days. And our kingdom's not going to be left to other people. It's not what we going to be ruling for 10 years, then the Moabites get a chance, then the Elamites get a chance. No, we're going to rule and break the other pieces in heaven, or break them down in pieces. Now, the Lord said in Second Esdras in the Apocrypha that there should be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So those that don't know what the word insurrection means, right? Let's get that definition. So we got to get into these definitions because, you know, Jake, we got to know what's going on. And even Esau has something called the, I believe he has something, the Insurrection Act, if I'm not mistaken. And that lines up directly with Bible prophecy. I'm going to see if I can go into that Insurrection Act. So insurrection, that means a violent uprising against an authority or government. So who's the violent uprising coming from? From these damn devils, from the so-called white man. And rather that starts, and it's already a buildup. I'm kind of getting excited, right? It's a buildup. So right now they've been painting a picture of the negative picture of the saints. They've been doing all of these different false flags. They've been demonizing the ministry by calling us Black Hebrew Israelites. You had a shooting out in the New Jersey deli. They said the Black Hebrew Israelites did it. You had this guy who killed his son, I think, and his wife, and they blamed it on all of the Black Hebrew Israelites. There was something else that just happened. The guy who went and he was into the NFAC, whatever that is, the not effing around crew or gang. He was in that crew, but he also said he was a child of the Most High. So they kind of tying that stuff in. So the defamation of character of the ministry and of the Israelites has been started. So the world already hates you, but it's going to get more and more and more and more and more severe. Right? Rather this devil continually do a false flag, he could blow up a building and blame it on the Israelites. He could kill a public official and blame it on the Israelites. It could be some lewd act and blame it on the Israelites, man. You know, we don't know how it's going to lead directly up into it, but we do know that they're going to have a so-called reason to come against the Israelites, man. Rather, the Israelites don't take the poison aside of their arm and they want to confiscate Bibles, right? And they target all religious groups. You understand? Or target and they make a decree to target so-called religious radical groups, but really they want to focus on the Hebrew Israelites. That's the insurrection that we're reading about in the definition. A violent uprising against an authority or government, right? So that's the insurrection in the book of 2nd Ezra, right? Now, this is the Insurrection Act, right? You look up the Insurrection Act of 1807. It reads, the Insurrection Act of 1807 is a United States federal law that empowers the President of the United States to deploy U.S. military and federalized National Guard troops within the United States in particular circumstances, right? Whatever that means, right? In particular circumstances, such as to suppress civil disorder, insurrection, or rebellion. You see that? So they can enforce that and use the military to come against the Hebrew Israelites, man. It happened during the time of Maccabees. Read First Maccabees, read Second Maccabees. They went from door to door to door, man. Damn, kicking the door down. You know? And I brought this out before. There was during the Feast of Dedication, so-called last year. They even had a movie, a Maccabees movie, right? I'm gonna see if I can find it, where they actually show. Let me see if this is what I want. Where they actually show the so-called white man going door to door to door, right? And that verse in 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, right? Now, I'm going to show you this clip. I played it before in a cold cut last year. But what I'm about to show you is now they look like Edomites, whatever. But I'm about to show you this from the animated movie we did about the Maccabees. But it's kind of deep because it shows you how they was going door to door during the time of Maccabees and getting them to comply with the so-called white man. And if they didn't do it, they'll be killed. And that's the days that's coming back on the earth. Right? The days of Acts of the Apostles, the days of Maccabees. So I'm going to play this and kind of show you what's going on.
So, they refuse, do they? It's time to force the Jews to do what all other nations have done willingly.
See that? He said it's time. I'm going to go back to it. He said it's time to force the Jews to do what all of the other nations do willingly. And those are the days coming on the earth. It's time to force you to get down with this system. Right? And they whoever made this movie, and they probably read first and second Maccabees. They read the account, right?
So, they refuse, do they? It's time to force the Jews to do what all other nations have done willingly. From this day forth, I, King Antiochus, decree that every Jew who will not bow down and accept the Greek gods shall die.
Hey, that's how it's going to be, man. But instead of them being on horses, see, they're going to try to, Salakia, they said, heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. See, these damn doubles, man, you can't go into anything, man. You know, you can't go into anything. They said we may block your live stream, right? Now, let me see if it's still playing. All right, it's still playing. These damn doubles so crafty, man, right? They don't even want you to go into it. They're talking about now, I've never seen that, right? In the middle of the live, and they detected copyrighted audio. That's madness, right? But like I was saying, I may have to play it with the sound off, right? I may just have to play it with the sound off, the volume off. But you heard what he said. He said, now it's time to force them. Whoever doesn't want to bow down to the Greek gods, they're going to get put to death. That's how it's going to be. So I'm going to kind of turn the sound down because I don't want them to just damn stop the live stream, these damn devils. They're hooking up. They tap your damn laptop. They listening in to the damn live stream, you know? Damn. And guess what? We're going to play it. So watch how they going door to door. And it's the same thing in 2nd Ezra 16. It's the same thing. They're going door to door in the time of Maccabees, lighting fire in the houses. This is the insurrection. And these same spirits are coming back on the earth. And Esau, you listening to this, hey, your kingdom's up, man. Hey, your earth is on fire. Your damn buildings falling apart. Your damn Edomites are eating each other. Your economy's collapsing. You're about to get destroyed by Iran. So if you're an Edomite and you watching this, your kingdom's finished, man. You can stop the live stream. You can stop the copyright. You can damn cut it off, but you can't stop the judgment to the Most High. And we're going to play the damn video, man. We don't give a damn about you, Esau. Or we detected a live. We detected copy. We're going to play the video. See, they kind of kicking doors down.
Greek or Jew? Jew. But I have accepted your ways long ago. Surely you see that.
You heard that, Coon? Hold on, I'm going to go back and play that Coon again. It might be hard to hear. The damn Edomite kicked the damn door down and said, Greek, are you a Greek or are you a Jew? The God said, I'm a Jew, but I accept your ways. And you're going to have brothers acting like that, man. Yeah, I'm an Israelite, but I do love Christmas, and I still get down. Valentine's Day isn't that bad, and I mean, I heard about the poison they put inside of you, but it can't be that. It's not that bad. You got brothers acting like that, man. Listen to what this coon said. The dude, damn Esau, kicked the door down, held a sword, and you got to envision this stuff in the future. You got a future, damn Esau with the hazmat suit and the damn all black on, kicking your door down with the damn rifle, right? And he said, are you a Greek or are you a Jew? And the guy, listen to what the guy said, he cooned out. He sold out last minute. Now, he probably was on fire. He probably was praying. He probably was getting into this thing. And then last minute, he sold out. Don't be this guy. You into this thing, you keeping the commandments, you damn growing your beard out, and last minute, you done sold out.
Greek or Jew? Jew. But I have accepted your ways long ago. Surely you see that. Pledge your soul to the Greek gods or die. Never.
Hey, he said, pledge your soul. Hey, these devils evil, man. He said, pledge your soul to the Greek gods or die. Now, that's really Eve. They made her an Edomite, but we know that's Eve. Eve said never. She's willing to die, man. Let's go to 2 Maccabees 7:2. She's willing to die. And you're going to have to make that decision. I'm going to have to make that decision. We're all going to have to come to grips in the hour of temptation. We're either going to serve the Most High, or we're going to have to serve the so-called white man's way of life. Right? Hey, man, that's the brother said mighty cartoon, man. And he kind of got into it in there. Right? They just say it's called Maccabees, the story of Hanukkah, chapter 5. But I kind of saw it last year. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was just looking for a Maccabees movie. So they got all these white Jesus movies and all these white people in the Bible, these Edomites. I was hoping they had a Maccabees movie, and I kind of came across it. Right? But let me read this in 2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 2. Right? 2 Maccabees 7:2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. And that's the mentality you got to have. You have to have that mentality. Anything outside of that, you're not going to make it. That's it. There is no gray area. There is no in between. In those days, it's either that or it's death. He said, why are you even asking? We're ready to die than to transgress the law of my fathers. And that's even what Eve said. Eve said, hey, never. She was bold, man. Damn, big, strong Edomite. You're going to have Eves like that in this thing, too. Certain Eves, they're not going to comply. See, a lot of Eves in the world, right? A lot of Eves in the world, they're going to start twerking, stripping, offering their body up, offering up their kids up, going off. But a lot of Eves hey, tell this devil what time it is. Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians. Right? I'm gonna play that video. I'm gonna go back to it, but I want to go to 2 Corinthians, Salakia, chapter 4, and I'll read verse 11. Right? Let's read 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 11. It reads, for we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahweh's sake, that the life also of Yahweh might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. You see that? So we're always delivered unto death, man. That's what we signed up for. Right? We know that Jacob's trouble is coming. We just pray for the faith to endure. And we just pray that the Most High has mercy on us and puts it in our spirit to serve him even till death. Right? That's Mark 13:13. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right? So let's go back to this.
Greek God. Pledge your soul to the Greek gods or die. Never.
I pledge my honor to the Greek gods. I pledge my honor. Get up then. You'll now be a Greek soldier. I'm honored, sir. I warn you, though, never betray your new life or you'll lose it.
See that? You heard what that guy said? He's bowing down. I pledge my life to the Greek gods. You're going to have Jake bowing down in the FEMA camp, crying. Let's go to Revelation 3 and 10. Right? Oh, I'm not an Israelite. Shaving a beard off, tucking in their fringes, denouncing the Bible. Esau asks, "Oh, you're an Israelite." You say, "No, I'm a black man. I'm an American." Right? That's madness, man. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3 and 10. And that's the cause of us being a pilgrim. Stuff like that is going to really be happening. You people, whether you live in an apartment complex, a condominium, a damn projects, you live in the hood, a damn row home, you have your own house, a damn mansion. It don't matter. Esau knows where you're at. He knows you're watching the live stream. He's listening. He got the damn headphones in a big ass room with all the computer screens, and there's 50 guys in there, and they're doing this, and they're kind of listening in. Everybody knows that, man. They know every time you log into the channel, you might have somebody kind of following you around. You know, they know when you log in on social media, and you make a damn post, you can't post that. As soon as you make the post, Esau on your damn phone, and you can't do that. So these devils watching you, man. Hey, that's misinformation. Hey, take that off. Hey, we're going to suspend your account. So these devils are watching you. You got the Google Earth. They zooming in on you right now. Hey, even there was this guy that said I think his name was Snowden. He was kind of going into how the CIA and the world be how this society, this government be spying on the citizens, man. You know, through Facebook, Amazon. There's been numerous accounts of them recording your information. The damn Amazon, Alexa, the Echo, they record people conversations, report it back. There's been numerous accounts, so it's nothing new. People are like, well, I don't believe that. That's strange. Hey, the Lord said in Ezekiel, let me get that real quick. Ezekiel chapter 28, that there is no secret that they can hide from thee. Right? This is Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 3. Right? This is Ezekiel chapter 28 and 3. It reads, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee." You see that? So there's no secret that they can hide from the so-called white man. Right? He's watching your damn channel. He's on your Instagram. He's on your Facebook. He sees how many times you're ordering your fringes. He knows damn when you go on a cat. You know, all that stuff is recorded. Damn pictures zooming in on you. Right? These things happen, man. Right? So we're already targeted. So there's going to be a leading up unto us being the pilgrim on the earth. It's not just going to be a random thing when you just randomly sleep and then all hell break loose. No, you're going to see the signs of us being hated of all nations. Let's get that in Matthew 10. Right? You're going to see the signs of us being hated amongst all of the nations, us being despised, and it's all going to be a build-up. Then you'll see what you saw on the screen. Right? Esau is going to give himself a green light and a so-called valid reason, right, to go to war. Right? This is Matthew chapter 10 and 17. It reads, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues." So certain men are going to deliver you up in those days. It could be a worldly family member, your damn aunt. Every time you come around, you get on her damn nerves because you got your fringes on. Right? It might be your mother. Your mother, hey, there's stories where a brother told me he was breaking down white Jesus to his family, and he went to go upstairs because they was getting into it. His father said something that he didn't like. He said something his father didn't like. You know, the son cut him up with the scriptures. The son said, "Look, I'm out. I'm going upstairs. I'm going to my room." He turned upstairs, and his dad got a knife, and it damn stabbed him in the back. Literally. This literally happened. The father stabbed the son in the back And I think the son fell down the stairs. So who's going to be delivering up who? Right? You had another account. This one brother told me he can't go to sleep at night because his family always trying to shave his beard off. So now he had to leave the house, then he had to go to this house. So you may think nobody's going to deliver you up. People don't like you. And they may not come out and say, but people hate that spirit, man. Let's go to Sirach 1 and 25. People hate, it's like it. People hate that you're in this truth, man, and that you keeping the commandments. They despise you. That's biblical. Because they're envious of that spirit and they don't want to change. Right? And those are real accounts, what I told you, man. This is Sirach chapter 1 and 25. The parables of knowledge, Sirach 1 and 25, the parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner. So godliness, what is an abomination to somebody that's wicked? You keeping the commandments, they're not going to like that. Them going off, you're not going to like that. And y'all are going to butt heads. Y'all are going to be at odds. And that tension and that elephant is going to be in the room. Let's go to Proverbs 29 and 27. Right? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 29 and 27. Right? Bear with me. Let's get another precept on that. This Proverbs chapter 29 and 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. That's plain upon tables. That's the exact same thing. See that? The brother Trey Ruiz said, mother told me to leave the house because I didn't sing happy birthday with everybody else. Wow. Wow, you see that? You see that? And I've heard stuff like that, man. You know, you don't want to clean up on a Sabbath day. Your damn folks want you stand with your folks. They want you to clean up, and your mother wants you to run to the store and get cigarettes. You tell her no. They're going to deliver you up. Might be a brother in another camp that hate the camp that you in. Christians, pastors. Right? So let's read on Matthew chapter 10 and 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So you may be brought before your local governor, sheriff, official, judge, district court, the Supreme Court. On your damn knees, you got a handcuff, got a black bag over your face. Esau smack you and say, shut up. So these days are coming, man. Right? Let's read on. Verse 19. But when they shall deliver you up, it's like it, but when they deliver you up, the Lord didn't say they might, like always say this. The Lord didn't say they could. It says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what they shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. So you don't have to write a great speech out about what you're going to do during Jacob's trouble. Oh, man, I hope, man, I'm going to say this for Biden. I'm going to pull up his account when he did this, and I'm going to write this on my head. You don't have to meditate on what you're going to say in Jacob's trouble when you're delivered up. It's just going to flow. Just like the Yahweh Shah. Everything Yahweh Shah spoke before the Sanhedrin and Ananias the high priest and Caiaphas, everything he spoke before King Herod, everything he spoke before Pontius Pilate, that was all of the Father speaking through Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah didn't meditate on what he was going to say. The Apostle Paul, when he got delivered up to King Agrippa, Felix, the priest, when he got delivered up, guess what? All the words that he spoke was what? Given to him by the Father. So shall it be for us in the days to come. Any words that you're going to speak, and the Most High can have you say anything. He can have you just go into the Hebrew. You don't know how you know the Hebrew like that. You rebuking them. You know 1,000 precepts. You cussing them out. You confounding them. You damn whatever, man. You know? So you don't want to premeditate on a speech on what to say in those days. Let's read on. Right? This is the book of see that? Now said Salakia, she thinks I'm in a cult and I need help. Right? You see that? See that right there? So let's read on. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. See that? So the brother's going to deliver up the brother to death. That's how it's going to go, man. Now, it is a biological brother. It just said brother. It could be a biological brother, right? Y'all kind of parted ways. Y'all really don't talk like y'all used to talk. Since you came into the truth and he's not, y'all, you more hang out with brothers in the camp and he more kind of in the world, but he kind of don't like that. So he's going to not hesitate to take opportunity to overthrow you. Or it could be a brother in your congregation where a spirit just hop on. You're going to have a Judas. Stop thinking that Judas was only during the time of Yahushua. Right? And remember, Satan hopped on Judas and made him do that. Judas didn't know what was going on. It says Satan hopped on him and entered into him. And from that time forward, he sought to betray Yahushua. So that can happen with anybody. Satan can hop on you. And then from this time forward, leading up to Jacob's trouble, you rubbing your hands behind closed doors, thinking about how to overthrow your brother. I'm going to go back to Matthew 10, but I want to get that in John the 13th chapter. Right? So Satan can fill your heart. Even Peter told Annas and Seraphias that. Right? Let's get that in John chapter 13. Right? John the 13th chapter and verse 26. Right? This St. John chapter 13 and verse 26. Right? It reads, Yahushua answered, he it is to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. It's like when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. And after the sop, Satan entered into him. See that? After he handed it to him, Satan entered into him. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't call upon Satan. It just happened. So when brothers delivering their brothers, that's Satan hopping on these men. Right? And after John 13 and 27, and after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Yahushua to him, that thou doest, do quickly. And he wasn't talking to Judas. He was talking to Satan. Right? Let's get it over with. Hurry up. That what thou doest, do quickly. Hurry up and deliver me up. Let's get this show on the road. Right? So let's go back to Matthew 10. Right? Matthew 10 and 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child. Yeah, you got a lot of children who hate wearing shirts with fringes on it. They hate that they can't go out Friday night and be a nigga and a nigga woman. They hate that they got to keep the Sabbath day. They can't smoke weed like all their friends. They're restricted and limited to what they can and can't do. You don't have the liberty and the so-called luxury of being a child of this generation where you can kind of do what you want to do. And kids don't like that. Right? They want to do what they want to do. So a lot of children, they're going to deliver up their parents. Damn, Esau kicking the door down. Where your parents at? Right? Oh, they upstairs. Right? Damn, smoking, they upstairs. Smoking a blunt. Then their parents come downstairs and handcuffs beat up. And then the damn child counting the money. 17-year-old nigga sitting there counting the money. Huh? So it's not just brothers delivering up brothers. Children going to deliver up parents. Parents going to deliver up children. Right? And cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth unto the end shall be saved. He that endureth unto the end shall be saved. So regardless of your situation and your stress level or whatever you're dealing with, you have to endure that to the end. Right? Let's go to Revelation chapter 3 and 10. Right? So we're going to be pilgrims on our earth, but it's all going to be a reason why. It's not going to be random. We're going to be hated of all nations. Esau's going to have an insurrection happen. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 3 and 10. All right, let's deal with it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. It reads, see that? The brother Israel 144, I heard a story about a child calling the police on the Day of Atonement. Damn. Sitting there because he can't eat chicken nuggets. He didn't call the police on the parents on the Day of Atonement. That's off. Let's read this. This revelation. That is madness, man. Revelation chapter. You got a lot of wicked kids in this thing. It's a lot of wicked kids, man. 17-year-olds, 7-year-olds. It's a lot of this generation is wicked. You know, these kids growing up now, they're not like how we was. They're worse, especially in Baltimore. They're worse now than they've ever been. That's prophecy. Iniquity shall abound. So sin in these generations coming up, they don't give a damn. And they'll kill their parents, man, for this truth. You know, they'll kill them. You got people, damn, killing their parents because they couldn't get a dog, they couldn't go outside, they're shooting them. So all hell is breaking loose, man. How much more when truth is the main factor, you know? And money's involved, right? And Esau giving promises, right? He tried to do that in Maccabees, tried to get the last son promises to overthrow, right, his family. All right, this Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept, see, the brother said they worse everywhere. Yeah, they worse everywhere, but, you know, I'm going to read this scripture. This is Revelation 3 and 10. It reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the hour of temptation is not a literal time period of 60 minutes, but just a certain dispensation of time of Jacob's trouble. You understand? A time where you're going to be tempted like none other. And like I say, everybody got an Isaac. Everybody has an Isaac. Everybody has something that's dear to you where it's going to be put on the burner. Are you going to choose that, or are you going to choose the Most High? Everybody has an Isaac. Everybody has to be willing to sacrifice something for the Most High. That's what that account is about your faith and how it's going to be imputed to you for righteousness, right? So everybody has something that you're going to have to make that offer. Not a literal offering, a burnt offering, but something that you're willing to sacrifice for the Most High. It's going to be the thing that you love the most. It's going to be the thing that's dear unto you. It may be an individual. It may be material things. It may be your body parts. It may be in your life. Everybody has an Isaac. Let's go to Genesis chapter 22. Right? Now you can say, well, I don't have one. I don't have nothing dear to me. The Most High knows what's dear to you. The Most High knows what you hold close to you. And in those days, it's going to be put on the table. And you're going to have to make that decision. It could be your infant baby, 2-year-old. It could be your right hand, literally. Your damn right hand. It can be anything. Right? Like the brother said, your wife like Ezekiel. The Lord killed Ezekiel's wife. Right? Just straight up. Just said straight up, hey, look, I'm going to kill your wife. Don't cry. Don't weep. Don't eat the bread of mourning. Just do the work. And guess what he had to do? Right? He had to do it. Right? So that's an excellent point. But I want to get this in Genesis chapter 22 and verse 1. Right? This Genesis chapter 22 and 1. And it came to pass after these things that the Most High did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And that's a tough thing right there. He got to sit there and say, well, hey, do I want to do this? This is Abraham's temptation. We all are going to come to the time of temptation. We're all going to have to make that decision in those days, man. That ultimatum. It's going to be the deal breaker. A lot of brothers are going to fold, and a lot of brothers you're not going to fold. A lot of sisters are going to fold. No, keep me my baby, right? I'll do A, B, and C. Just keep my son alive. And a lot of people are going to say, hey, look, I'll see him in the kingdom. They're going to have that straight face. I'm going to serve you. How about you? I'm going to shut. Hey, cut him down. I'll see him in the spirit world, man. Then kill me right after. So, not that you should meditate that, but I'm just giving you both sides of the spectrum, right? Let's read on. Genesis 22 and verse 3. So what did Abraham do? It reads, and Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with them and Isaac his son and clave the wood for the burnt offering and rose up and went into the place which the Most High had told him. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. So he had days to reconsider. This journey was 3 days. The 2nd day, he could have said, nah, he probably couldn't sleep at night. This is a 3-day journey to offer up his son. I'm sure Abraham didn't sleep well those 3 days. I'm sure he was tired, fatigued. He's thinking about his son. How is he going to kill him? What is he going to tell Sarah? What is he going to tell his son? How is he going to live with himself? Right? The psychology of Abraham, he had to be like, what is going on? But he did it. Right? I don't think when the Most High told Abraham, offer your son Isaac, he said, okay, let's do it. No, man, hey, that's temptation right there. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to Revelation, the 3rd chapter. I want to read that again. All right, the brother made a good point. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Right? Hey, their temptation. Are you going to bow down to that statue? Well, I'm not going to read the entire Daniel 3rd chapter, but that's what it leads to. Are you going to bow down to that statue or are you not? Right? And I might go into that account, but let me read Revelation 3 and 10 again. I want to get back to being a pilgrim on the earth. Right? This Revelation chapter 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. See that? So the hour of temptation is coming, man. And we have to keep our faith in those days. You can't be slothful. You can't give up. You can't let these damn devices and put idols in your heart as stumbling blocks to destroy yourself and your soul. The Lord said in the law in Exodus, he that sacrifices unto any god, save the Lord, shall be utterly destroyed. Right? Let's get that real quick. Right? Let's get that in the book of Exodus. Right? Chapter. Bear with me. I have to find it. Right? But the Lord said, he that sacrificeth unto any god, save the Lord only. Exodus 22 and 20. He that sacrifices unto any god, save the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. So that's a law to keep, and you're commanded to keep. You can't put nothing before the Lord, man. Anything. Right? Esau may give you a briefcase with $10 million on it. It's damn shining. You're looking at it, and he says, hey, look, just do A, B, and C. And a lot of people are going to do it. They're going to take that bag. They're going to take that money and live to see another day. Right? A lot of brothers, you're going to say, you're going to close that money up. You're going to damn spit in Esau's face. You're going to flip it up. You're going to kind of reach for him, and they're going to hold you back, and you're going to call upon the name of the Lord. And let me say this. You got a lot of brothers who's going to say, well, agree with thine adversary, Ak. That's not the time to agree with your adversary. Romans 13, Ak, you got to use wisdom. No, we're not. No, if Esau says sin against the Most High, and you got to make that decision, you're not going to transgress the law. Let's go to Sirach chapter 42. Right? You're not going to transgress the law. And I know brothers, man. They're going to be so wise that they become a damn fool. Right? You got to use wisdom in Jacob's trouble. You got to agree with Esau when he says, put that damn poison in your arm. Right? You got to agree with him. Romans 13, obey the powers that be. Right? No, that's not what that's talking about, man. Let's go to Sirach chapter 42 and verse 1. Right? This Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 42 and 1. Of these things be not thou ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby. So don't accept no person to sin, and don't be ashamed. Right? It reads, let's see what you're not supposed to be ashamed of. Of the law of the Most High, and his covenant, and of judgment to justify the ungodly. So no matter the situation, the predicament, whether your life is on the line, money is on the line, there is never a reason to denounce Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. There is never a reason to, man. There is a time to be subtle and a time to use guile on the right-hand side, but during the time of Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation, that is not the time to agree with thine adversary quickly. That's why you have scriptures that tells you to everything there's a season and a time and purpose for every work under heaven. And you have to have discernment to know when it's a time to agree with your adversary and when it's a time to stand up for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And you don't want to find yourself in that gray area, or you may be cut down in the land of the living. Right? So let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Right? Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And I'm going to go to verse 22. Right? 2nd Ezra. So we're going to be pilgrims on the earth. You're going to be going to and fro. Now the earth is going to be desolate. You're not going to be able to have your internet. Not going to have your phone. You just get on the phone and, you know, you on the phone, you damn cracking jokes, and you on your Instagram. Hey, forget about it. You're not going to run across a servant to the Lord either. Don't think that, like I said, I heard a brother that told us that he was going to go in the world, but when Jacob's trouble kicked off, he was going to come back into the truth. Well, you know, I don't even have the energy to tell that man he's not going to make it. Right? Not going to be able to just say, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to be in the world for a minute, but then when all hell breaks loose, I'm going to get right. No, that's not how it works. So you better get right now, because in those days, you're not going to run across the servants of the Lord. You're not going to run across the prophets, the teachers. All these camps out there on the highways and byways, you're not going to see them. Right? Didn't the Lord say in the same book of 2nd Ezra, chapters 5, right? Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 9, right? This 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and 9. And salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. Salakia. And shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall up unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. That's heavy right there. The Lord said the days are coming where understanding, wit, which is wisdom, and knowledge, the Lord is going to draw it back to the secret chamber. Like you draw water out of a well, the Lord is going to throw the rope on wisdom and bring it back to him. Throw the rope on understanding and draw it back to him. You're not going to be able to get all of the knowledge and wisdom and understanding in those days. That's why you have something called the famine of the word. Right? Let's read on. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and 11. It reads, Salakia. 2nd Ezra 5 and 11. One lad shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh the man righteous going through thee? And then shall say no. Why? Because there's going to be so few men. The men of the Lord aren't going to be found. That's what that means. People are going to be asking other people, have you seen a Hebrew Israelite? Have you seen those guys that read the Bible? Because those guys are righteous, but we don't know where they're at. That's what it's saying. Let's read that again. It reads, one lad shall ask another and say, it's righteousness that maketh a man righteous going through thee, and this shall say no. So brothers are going to be looking for the men of the Lord. Entire cities, civilizations, townships, countries. They're going to be looking for wit, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and the men of the Lord. And the Lord is going to have those men somewhere where they can't be found. Just like the Ark of the Covenant, it can't be found. Just like Moses' sepulcher, it can't be found. And the men of the Lord may even have those guys invisible. People actually told me a dream. I believe it was a brother or a sister. It was a long time ago. They said when Jacob's trouble kicked off, Esau kicked down the door and was looking like Esau was looking at him, but he couldn't see him. But they could see him. So it's like the Most High made them invisible and blinded Esau. He said, where are the damn Hebrew Israelites? I heard him. He's shooting, he's getting mad, he's shooting at the ceiling, he's foaming at the mouth, but he's looking right at him. And in that dream, they could see Esau and all his military gear, but Esau couldn't see them. And you never know, the Lord can do that in those days, man. There's a precept too in Jeremiah where it says the Lord hid Jeremiah. Man, that's a mean precept. I just thought about it through the Spirit. Right? Bear with me. I believe it's in Jeremiah. Yeah, let's go to Jeremiah 36 and 26. Right? And that's actual real, man. Let's get that. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 36 and verse 26. It reads, but the king commanded Jeremiah, the son of Hamelech, and Seraiah, the son of Azrael, and Shelemiah, the son of Abdiel, to take Baruch. So he said the king commanded them to take Baruch, right? The scribe and Jeremiah the prophet, but the Lord hid them. And that's heavy right there. The Lord hid them. So they could have been invisible, right? The Lord could have teleported them somewhere. Nobody knows. It says if the Lord hides something, you're not going to be able to find it. You can't say, all right, Lord, you planned around and you finally find out where the Lord hid something, and the Lord say, damn, I thought I hid. No, it don't work like that. The Lord said, when he hideth his face, who can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or a man only, paraphrasing Job 34 and 29. So the Lord can do that, right? Let me get that again. This Jeremiah 36 and 26. But the king commanded Jeremiah, the son of Hamelech, and Seraiah, the son of Azrael, and Shelemiah, the son of Abdiel, to take Baruch, the scribe, and Jeremiah the prophet, but the Lord hid them. Then the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. After that, the king had burnt the roll and the words which Baruch wrote at the mouth of Jeremiah, saying. So that can happen anything, man. Like the brother said, ghost mode. You run past Esau, then you damn invisible. The Lord put a force field around you, right? So these things can happen, man. So when we're a pilgrim on the earth, that can be your lot. The Lord can hide you. And that's why we read in 2nd Ezra, the nations are going to be looking for the men of the Lord, but the Lord is going to hide them. They're not going to be found. The Lord might have them somewhere in some damn Edomite mansion. The Lord can have them in a FEMA camp. The Lord can, but the point is, the average man, they're not going to find a man of the Lord. That's why in Isaiah 13, the Lord said he will make a man more precious than fine gold. Right? It's Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. Right? Isaiah chapter 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. See that? So nobody knows what a gold of Ophir is. You can't go into Jared's. You can't go to the pawn shop. You can't go on Amazon, eBay, Zales, whatever. The jeweler, the Amalekite jeweler, and he kind of going back like the movie. They had that movie with Adam Sandler. I think it was called Cut Gems or Stone Cut, something like that. And he went in the back and he found the damn gem. And you're not going to be able to find the gold of Ophir anywhere. Just like the men of the Lord in the last days. The Lord is going to make the man more precious than fine gold. When we're pilgrims on the earth. Right? So let's go back to 2nd Ezra. All right, let's go back to 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 12. Right? 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and 12. At the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. So people are going to try to survive. People are going to want to build fortifications, get gasoline, bug out bags with tents. You might have a damn tent with Gatorade, batteries, rubbing alcohol, peroxide, a pocket generator, portable charger, non-perishable items, a flintstone to make a fire, and anything, man. Jake in these bug out bags. A lot of people are going to be trying to survive, but they're not going to obtain. They're going to want to look to make it, but their loved ones may die, and they may starve, and they may run out of food, or they may get caught, and they might get hemmed up. So man is going to be at his wit's end. That's what the Lord said in Isaiah 33 and 6. Stay in Isaiah. Let's go to chapter 33 and verse 6. Let's get a precept. Right? This Isaiah chapter 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So when things are unstable and you don't know what to do, what's going to keep you even? What's going to keep you on balance? Right? It says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. What's going to keep you stable? The knowledge of the precepts, the application of the precepts. Remembering Luke 21, Matthew 24, Mark 13, verses in 2nd Ezra. That's going to keep you stable, because a lot of people in those days, Lord forbid, your emotions are going to reign over you and your flesh, and you're going to want to think carnally instead of remembering the precepts. You're going to have certain brothers, they just remember, okay, look, that's Matthew 24 and 21. All right, that's Matthew 24 and 15. Okay, we got to apply Isaiah 33 and 6. Okay, this is Sirach chapter 2 and 1. Certain brothers, that's Psalms 50 and 15. You want to be around those guys who's going to just remember the precepts and then apply them, and it's going to keep them stable. Know how to use subtlety. Matthew 10 and 16. 1 Samuel 23, 22. So and so and so and so. You want to know those precepts now, and you want to know them then. Right? You don't want to be around a brother. What do I do? Should we do this? What do I do? Should we split up? You don't want to be around those guys. You want to be around the guys that's going to have the precepts lined up, to have wisdom and knowledge, keeping them stable. Even in 2nd Ezra, I'm gonna go back to 16, and I'm gonna read this verse. Right? It's important to make sure you know the precepts as a pilgrim on the earth, because you're going to know you're going to have to know the dietary law. Right? Not that the Lord can't take care of you, because the Lord fed Elijah with a raven. The Lord fed Elijah with a pound cake, or not necessarily a pound cake, but a cake. Right? He fed him with a cake. He fed Elijah with a raven. Right? So the Lord can have lions bringing you food, eagles, but you might have to know the dietary law. So you got to know what to eat, what not to eat. You got to know Deuteronomy 14, Leviticus 11. You got to know Matthew this. You got to know Revelation this. You got to know these different accounts. That's why 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 75, I'll start at 74. Right? 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and 74. It reads, "Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts." All right? Said the Lord God, "Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves." And that's the just balance. Right? But the point is, the Most High is going to be the guide of them that know the commandments and the precepts. You can know all of the commandments, but you may not know how to move in a particular situation. Why? Because you're so focused on having a long beard and having your long fringes on, but not knowing when the Lord says, "Lo here or lo there, believe it not." Right? Or not knowing Revelation 2 and 10, "And the devil shall cast you into prison. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So you may not remember all the exact precepts in Jacob's trouble word for word, but you better, be praying that the Most High keep this word in your heart. So you want to make sure again that you are in this thing. Slocky, bear with me. Right? You want to make sure you in this thing. Slocky. Right? But let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. All right? Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse, bear with me, I believe I was at 16. All right, I'm going to read 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and I'm going to jump up a little, and I'm going to read verse 21. Right? 22, Salakia. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Remember, the topic of this live stream is life as a pilgrim on the earth. I believe that's what I titled it, if I'm not mistaken. Right? What I believe is what will it be like as a pilgrim on the earth? And now we're reading about it. We read it in 2nd Ezra 16 to 40. Now we're kind of talking about it now. Right? The Lord said that people are going to die of famine, die of hunger, die of thirst. Right? Even the Apostle Paul, I want to get this precept. Even during Apostle Paul's ministry, he said, even to this very present hour, we both hunger and thirst and have no certain dwelling place. And that's how you're going to be in those days, man. Right? If that's your lot. This 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and 11. Right? 1 Corinthians 4 and 11. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. So that's how we're going to be as a pilgrim on the earth, man. No certain dwelling place. You might be naked, or you might not have all your garment on. You might just have like your shirt all ripped up. You got caught in a tree. You was running from the so-called white man. You know, even the animals, like Yahweh Shah said, the birds have nests and the foxes have holes, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. Because Yahweh Shah was always on the move. That's how we're going to be. Even if the birds are going to be able to rest in their peace in their own nest. Even the foxes are going to be able to go into their own holes. Even the fishes are going to go and sleep by the reeds of the ocean. Everybody's going to be able to rest in those days. But we're going to be pilgrims on earth, man. We're not going to have a dwelling place. We're not going to have a home. We're going to be from here to here, from there to there. And we're just praying that the Most High has mercy on us in those days, man. You know? Let's read on the 2nd Ezra. Right? Let's read on the 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 23. Right? Right, this 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 23, it reads, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So it's going to be dead bodies everywhere, right? You're going to have to get used to seeing dead bodies. It's going to be the new normal. Right now, Jake, you throw up when you see a dead body, do this. Or you probably never seen a dead body, never been around a dead body, right? But dead bodies are going to be everywhere. And that's just something that we're going to have to get used to seeing, right? That's going to be the new normal, right? Like you see damn cars every day. You're not going to see cars every day in those days. See the clouds in the sky. It may be dark in those days, but you're going to have to get used to seeing dead bodies, walking over them, right? You understand, damn, dodging them. And a lot of people are going to be walking around with these damn things on because, you know, damn bandana, because the smell is going to be so bad too. You got to envision that smell. You might be in a major city, and a lot of people may have died in war or pestilence, and nobody's going to bury the dead bodies. It's not going to be a coroner, a mortician, people coming to damn EMS to pick up the dead body. Those bodies are just going to be there, right? And nothing stinks more than the dead body. So they're just going to be out there in the ground. They might be in the building, just rotting in the worms, eating them. So that's something that Jake, as a pilgrim on the earth, you got to get used to. Even at that grotesque, damn, vomiting, causing smell. You know, when you got dead bodies all around, you got to think about it. You're going to have a lot of predators coming out That's going to bring a lot of animals out too. You might be damn shooing vultures out the way. Wild, that's what when the Lord said wild beasts shall change their places. Not only is that because of fires and when the cities are desolate and deserted, but it's also look, hey, it's going to be more food out there. So these animals that eat up on carcasses, it's going to be a lot of more rodents, a lot more insects. It's going a lot more vultures, predators. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more confusion. Like the Lord said, confusion shall be in many places. So you got to think about the effects that come with a dead body, and not just one dead body, many of them. I believe even in Nahum, the Lord said they stumble upon the corpses. Right? Let's get that in the book of Nahum. Right? So that's something that's a pilgrim on the earth. Get used to seeing these dead bodies. And if you see one of your dead brothers, hey, guess what? You got to kind of bury that brother, huh? I'm going to get that in 2nd Ezra. Right? This Nahum, verse, let me get this. This Nahum chapter 3 and verse 3. Right? Nahum 3 and 3. It reads, Nahum chapter 3 and 3. The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. So it may be no end of the corpses. People may be just stumbling over them. It may just be no end of the corpses, just dead bodies everywhere. Right? I want to go to 2nd Ezra chapter 2 real quick. Right? Let me get this precept. And I'm going to go to Tobit. Because if you see your brother with fringes on, he might be lynched and hung on a tree, and you might have to bury that guy, huh? Right? Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 21. It reads, 2nd Ezra 2 and 21. Heal the broken and the weak. Laugh not a lame man to scorn. Defend the maimed, and let the blind man come into the sight of my clearness. Keep the old and young within thy walls. Here's the point I want. 2nd Ezra 2 and 23. Wheresoever thou findest the dead, take them and bury them, and I will give thee the first place in my resurrection. You see that? So you might find your dead brothers out there in Jacob's trouble, right? And you might have to bury that body, man. You don't want that body to be defiled. It's like torn with the beasts of the field. Let's go to the book of Tobit, right? Let's go to the book of Tobit, chapter 1 and verse 17, right? Let's go to the book of Tobit. Tobit, chapter 1 and 17. Am I clothed to the naked? And if I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh, I buried him. See that? So Tobit was in the spirit. If he saw any of his brothers dead, he buried them. You might see, I'm not talking about Jake, he died, but you kind of see the damn crack pipe hanging out his back pocket, right? Or the Jake died, he got a blunt in his mouth, and your brother, he might have his fringes on. You might not have fringes on in Jacob's trouble. But, you might have to have some discernment, but you might have to be burying your brother's bodies in those days, man. So these are certain things how it's going to be as a life, as a pilgrim on the earth, man. People are going to be walking around with book bags. It's going to be like gold. You got soap, socks, fresh shoes, damn deodorant, chapstick, body oil, a brush, a comb. Those are going to be your new $100 bill, your new 50, your new 20, your 5, and your 10, right? And your singles. People are going to go back to a bartering system in those days. The money's going to be done away with. Everybody knows that the so-called white man's currency is going to be obsolete. So man is going to go back to toilet paper, right? Man is going to go back to that bartering system. I'll trade you this woman I captured. This is not men in the truth, but this is how they're going to be. I trade you this woman I captured for 2 rolls of toilet paper and a damn whatever, a flashlight. So that bartering system is going to come back on the earth. Life is going to change as you know it, man. Remember, there's going to be no work in Egypt. So people are going to not be able to use currency. People are going to have to do what they got to do. Right? Let's get that in Isaiah chapter 19. That there should be no work in Egypt in those days. And the Lord said that the 4 storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19. Right? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. It reads, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. See that? So there's going to be no work in Egypt. You're not going to have people still at them at the mall, at the damn AutoZone, Target, Walmart. Those days are waxing worse and coming to an end. With inflation, you understand, and this damn risk of EMP attacks and the damn grid being shut down, and this money's going to be useless. Nobody's going to be able to print money. It's going to be worth nothing. Other nations now are dropping the dollar. They're starting their own currency. So you got to get used to that bartering system too in those days. People's mentality is going to change. You're not going to be able to walk around with that currency. It's going to be this for that, right? I give you a pair of fresh shoes for a flashlight and 3 batteries. Like the brother said, people are going to be looting, forming their own clans, their own groups. So if you're not under the protection of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and you're going to be caught out there, and you're going to have to deal with it. It's going to be bad. If you don't get drafted to World War III, you're going to be catching hell in America. You got to kind of, if you're in the world, either get ready to go in World War III and be over there and fight against Yahweh Shai, because that's what you're going to be doing. If you survive and you a damn sharpshooter and you survive survive World War III, you're going to have to fight against the Lord. Now, if you don't get drafted and you still over here in America, you're going to have to deal with the hell in America. So it's not a win-win, it's a lose-lose if you're not in this truth. You're going to be caught out there. Even these celebrities, these Jay-Z's, LeBron James, these Oprahs, these damn whatever, man. They're all going to be at their wits' end. So I want to go back to 2nd Esdras. I had another precept in my mind, but I want to go back to 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Actually, I wanted to go to 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Right? Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 22. Right? Let's read that. Right? This 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The 4 storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So all the 4 storehouses are going to be empty. All your department stores, warehouses, they're going to be looted and robbed of food. People are going to die in the famine. All of the shelves are going to be empty. They show you that in every apocalyptic movie you watch. 9 times out of 10, they show people looting the stores, going to Rite Aid. People going to be going behind the counter and in the pharmacies, popping pills, stealing pills. They're not going to wait in line to get that prescription. They're going to take what they want to take. People are going to be going to the bank trying to think money's going to profit them. The gun range, trying to steal guns. People are going to be taking these things, the gasoline, all of these are the different things that people are going to be stealing. Things that deal with your hygiene, feminine products, soap, hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol. These are going to be the number 1 things that are stolen in the earth. So I want to go back to 2nd Esdras 16. So those 4 storehouses are going to be empty, huh? As a pilgrim on the earth. Right? Second, and a lot of the stuff I'm saying is what's going to happen to the 2/3. See, if you serve the Most High, you don't have to worry about that. The Lord said, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. That's Isaiah chapter 65 and 13. 2nd Esdras chapter 2 and 26. It says, the heathen shall envy thee, but thou shalt not be able to do nothing against thee. Right? Let me actually read that first. I'm not going to paraphrase. I'm going to be about it. right? So if you keep the commandments and you serve the Most High, and the Lord has mercy on you, you don't have to worry about what I'm talking about. But if you're a nigga and you lukewarm and you have stepping, guess what? You better worry about how you're going to survive in those days, right? That's why it's important to be on fire and be diligent. Because when the evil time comes, if the Lord don't protect you, you're going to be caught out there, right? This second Ezra, chapter 2 and 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep, right? Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The Lord said in the day of trouble, people are going to be crying, sighing, weeping, calling upon the Lord. The Lord not going to be hearing them, depressed. Suicide rate is going to increase too. A lot of them dead bodies may be the result of suicide because man can't deal, especially these heathen, they can't deal with stuff like that. Right? Jake, you can struggle, you grind out, you hustle, you make $1 out of 15 cents, you make ends meet, you rubbing nickels and pennies. These nations who live a luxurious, sumptuous life have never experienced any amount of turmoil. So a lot of them, they're going to kind of go into that safe, kind of blow their brains out. And they may see you and prosperous, but they may not be able to do nothing against you. Right? That's what it means when it says the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, said the Lord. So the Lord is going to deliver you, man. That's why it's important, for lack of better terms, to be on the Most High good side, to make sure that you're on fire, you're sincere, right? You don't have idols in your heart. You're not going to hell off and doing what you want to do. Why? Because these days that we're reading about are real. This isn't a fairy tale. This isn't a fable. I'm not reading this for fun. It's not 2:53 in the morning on the East Coast and I just don't have nothing to do, right? I could be studying. I could be reading. I have a family. I could be asleep. You know, nobody's doing this because we don't have nothing to do. This is for our people to know that this is not a game. This stuff will happen and it will go down. You know, let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Right? Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Right? Let's deal with it. I want to go back to verse 20. We talked about the dead bodies, the cities being cast down. Let's go to verse 24. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 24. It reads, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. And you can even look up the top cities by population, whether that's New York, Chicago, LA, Philadelphia, Miami, Detroit, Houston, Dallas. All these top cities, like I went into that, I believe I went into that last night or another day, those populations are going to greatly decrease and diminish. All places shall be desolate of men. We're going to read it even to the point where the Lord said, a man shall desire to hear the voice of another man, but shall not see it. You know? In Revelation 9 and 6, it says, in those days, men shall seek death, but shall not find it, and shall desire to die, but death shall flee from them. So men are going to want to die, but the Most High is going to keep them alive, to starve in a famine and die by the ICBM missiles. So it's going to be bad on the earth, man. The days are going to be bad. And you got Jake right now. I want to I don't know if I really want to be in this truth. If you in the days when you sitting there, you're trying to figure out if you want to be in this truth, maybe you don't have to be in this thing. I don't know if I want to get right now or do I want to give it one more year. Hey, look, you might as well just go back in the world, man. This is for brothers that want to be in this thing, for the sisters that know we at the end, for the men that know all hell can break loose any moment. You still got brothers sitting around trying to figure out what to do in this truth. Should I go out on a high? Should I go out on the highways and byways? Or should I just, hey, brother, get up and do the work? You know, there's no telling how many of the 144,000 are sealed. Right? You might be the Lord said the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. In Matthew 9:38 on down. Pray therefore to the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth more laborers into the harvest. You know? So we need more laborers in the harvest. We need more workers out there, man. Right? So the Lord said in 2nd Ezra 16 and 20, in 25, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. New York City, LA, Houston, right? So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. And that's bad, man. There's going to be so few people, you might thought that you heard somebody call your name. You kind of turn around, right? You kind of get excited. Did I hear somebody? No, that was a bag. You got kind of caught in the wind, and the wind kind of make a whistle noise. You thought that was somebody calling you, but it was a trash bag. And you're going to put your head down, and you're going to kind of, get upset, but you're going to remember that the Most High is with you. But the people who don't have the Most High, they're going to put their head down, they're going to start crying, and they're not going to know what to do. Because you live in a world of a social lifestyle. Between kickbacks and parties and social media and group chats and damn Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and co-workers, you're always around somebody. Happy hour and traffic and carpooling, and you always deal with people. Whether you want to or not, you're always around somebody. So man isn't used to being alone. Man doesn't like to be alone. You're shunned if you like to be alone. They'll mock you. You're an introvert, right? Why don't you come out? Why don't you live a little, right? Be social. You never go to the club. You never go out because this is a social society, man. Where they promote this get together, festive, damn congregations of wickedness spirit. So man isn't used to being alone. In those days, man, you're going to have to learn how to be alone. You may be by yourself. You might be separated from a brother in your congregation. You might be separated from your child. You might be separated from your wife, right? But you're going to have to learn how to be alone. And you got to embrace it. You got to deal with it. And it is what it is, right? Salakia. Right? So, it is what it is, man. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And being alone is good, man, because you get to know people are going to figure out themselves. People are going to learn who they are, know what they can and can't do, right? A lot of people, you don't really know yourself because you never spend time by yourself. You're always meeting people. You're always doing A, B, and C. But the days, man is going to have to dig deep inside in those days and figure out what's best for him. Like the brother said, you're going to have to tough it out. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 27. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left. And I kind of went into this the other day. And 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, right? And in the clefts of the rock. So people are going to be hiding in rocks, right? Hiding in caves, hiding in bushes, right? It's going to be bad on the earth, man. It's going to look like it's going to have that I Am Legend spirit. When the whole street was desolate. Right? Let me see if I can get that. Look at this. That's how it's going to be in those days. Look at the cities cast down. Hey, I think in the whole damn movie, he was by himself. You might have had a few people, they had their own little city going on, but hey, he was by himself. He was kind of him and his dog. You know? Hey, when you by yourself too, people kind of go crazy. People kind of lose their mind when you by yourself for too long. They bug out. Look at the movie, the old movie Castaway. Have you seen Castaway with Tom Hanks? He started losing his mind. He took a down volleyball. He took a volleyball and painted it red and made it his best friend and called it Wilson. You know? And he started losing it. The damn screw. People can't take that stuff, man. People are gonna go bananas. You know? So it's gonna have that I Am Legend spirit. And the brother put Wilson, and the man was screaming Wilson at the end of the movie. It's a volleyball, right? Tried to get another picture, but that's how it's going to be. The bridge is going to be broken down. You know, the streets are going to be desolate. So these movies, you know, they say art imitates life, and this is life right here. The word is life. The Lord said, "It is the spirit that quickeneth. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." Right? So let's go back to 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse, I'm going to read 28 again. 2 Ezra chapter 16 and 28. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. So again, people are going to have clans, form their own groups. People are going to form their own political factions. They may try to set up their own little government, their own kingdom, use their own little currency. You might be, as a sojourner and a pilgrim, you kind of pass through a certain land and they have their own laws. Then you go to another land or another city and they kind of got their own laws. You might stumble across a group of men and they got their own laws. And you got to kind of pick up fast or you're going to be caught out there. Right? So everybody's going to have their own thing going on. Certain things are going to be permissible and with certain political factions and groups of men, and other men, you're not going to be able to do those things. You know? So let's read on. 2 Ezra 16 and 29. As in the orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be left, Slakia. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. So people are going to be searching houses with the sword, right? Which is your modern day gun. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. So you're going to be public enemy number 1. You're going to be on a hit list. The streets are going to be desolate. But again, if you serve the Most High, you don't have to worry about that. The Lord said in Job chapter 5, let me get this classic. In Job chapter 5, the Lord said, this Job 5 and 19. It reads, He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be afraid, Slakia. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. That's what the Lord said. The Lord said certain men are going to be laughing during the evil time, going to be rejoicing. You understand? Relaxing. Another brother's going to be catching hell. But we don't know what our lot is going to be. We don't know. I can't say I'm going to die, be a martyr, Yahushua, and then you're going to be Job. We don't know. All we can do is keep our faith in the Most High. Pray for more faith. Pray that these are things that brothers should be praying for. You should be praying that the Lord increase your fear towards him. You should be praying for more faith, praying for more hope, praying to be on fire, praying for a diligent spirit, praying for your brother, praying that the Lord don't give you a reprobate mind, praying that the Most High don't take the Holy Spirit away from you. Stop praying for the new iPhone coming out and praying for Greece. You got brothers in the truth praying for Turkey and Greece. Oh man, Turkey's on fire. Greece is on fire. Stop praying for that, man. Oh, Spain is on fire. Lord, please save Spain. Hey, we want Spain to blow up with an ICBM missile. And Greece. Stop praying for these damn heathen, man. Stop following the trends on Twitter and Instagram. Help Turkey. Help Greece. Right? Hey, look, we want this place to go out, man. Right? We want this place to go out. So in the days of being a pilgrim on the earth, if you're under the protection of the Most High, you don't have to worry. But again, if you don't fear the Lord, then this may be the time when you meet your end and you meet your maker. But with that, I'm going to close up, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach Kwamalak Yahushai, Most High willing you is edified. Kwam Yashala, Shalom.